Day 20. A mosque like no other. The chamber dimmed to black. A single breath later, light poured in, golden, slanting through palm trunks and fluttering awnings. Sand shifted underfoot. The scent of fresh mud and dried dates filled the air. Around us, the prophet's companions worked in silence. Their robes were dusty, their faces streaked with sweat. But their eyes, bright, unyielding, spoke of something far beyond bricks. He was there among them, not seated on a dais, not guarded, not commanding from afar. He was lifting stones. The prophet of God, sleeves rolled up, hands blistered, laughter mingling with the rhythm of labor. The mosque was nothing more than earth and heart, yet somehow, even in its birth, it towered. The alien stood beside me, observing every motion. No banners, no bureaucracy, he murmured, just bodies and belief. And yet, it begins here. I crossed my arms. It was just a place to pray. He raised an eyebrow. Then why the pulpit? A beam of data unfurled beside us, an evolving 3D model of the mosque as it would become. A minbar, pulpit, rose. Then shaded columns. Then rooms, each one not just for prayer, but for judgment, teaching, military planning, relief distribution. In real time, the simulation whispered memories. A woman came with her complaint, heard and answered. A delegation of Christians arrived, welcome to discuss. The poor gathered, fed and clothed. A criminal was brought, judged with justice. Soldiers knelt, received orders before war. This, he said, was no mere temple. It was the nerve center of a new civilization. I hesitated. But mosques today aren't like that. He turned to me, gaze sharp. No, because you turned them into museums, quiet halls of ritual, divorced from power. But in its origin, this mosque governed. The ground shimmered. The companions gathered, forming a semicircle. The Prophet ﷺ addressed them, not in mysticism, but in mandates. Decisions on trade, orders for expeditions, instructions on distributing wealth. I tried to find refuge in doubt. But maybe that was just out of necessity. They had nowhere else to meet. The alien didn't flinch. Convenience does not craft legacy. The scene shifted again. Mosques across history appeared in layered holograms: Cairo, Damascus, Fez, Istanbul. Each one a center not just of worship, but of law, astronomy, education, economy, resistance. Then came a shift. Colonial officers in uniform, French, British, Dutch, sealing mosques off from governance, recasting imams as mere preachers, redefining Islam as private. They knew, the alien whispered, what many of your own scholars now deny. He turned to me. This was never just a place to bow. It was a place to rise. I looked back at the Prophet ﷺ, still lifting stones, still smiling, still building, not just a sanctuary, but a state. I tried to answer, but the wind moved first. It swept through the mosque like a tide of memory, carrying echoes of justice, of counsel, of treaties drafted and rights restored. A storm of meaning. And when it passed, only one truth remained. This was a mosque like no other. Because it was never built to be a corner of silence. It was the capital of a revolution, the pulpit of a prophet, the heart of a nation. Day 20 ended, but the walls still stood.